Let's say you have some kind of neck pain or back pain that hasn't gone away after a while. You go see a doctor and they send you for an MRI. The MRI comes back with some scary stuff like degenerative disc disease, herniated disc, bulging disc, or maybe even arthritis. It's easy for you to blame your pain on these findings. It's easy for your doctor to quickly explain your pain away with these findings. It makes their job much easier as the person who is supposed to have all the answers. And they probably really believe they're giving you all the answers. Tissues look damaged, that means it's causing the pain. Of course that makes sense. The big problem for you though is that your MRI findings are kind of misleading you. Those big scary words tell you almost nothing about why you're in pain right now. It only shows what your tissues look like, not how you as a human feel. Your pain and the structure of your tissues definitely have some kind of relationship together, but it's not a simple cause-effect type of relationship like most people think it is. What I mean by that is all those findings on the MRI could have been there before your pain even started. This was kind of hard for me to believe when I first heard about it, but there is so much data behind it, you can't really argue against it. I want you to think about this like a scientist for a minute. When scientists test ideas, they don't try to prove them right. They repeatedly try to disprove them. The more an idea survives testing, the more confidence we have in it. But it's never absolute truth. Say I claim all dogs need 4 legs to run. It sounds right. Every dog you've seen running had 4 legs. But if we find even one 3-legged dog that can run, the claim is false. Now think about pain and MRI findings the same way. If the claim is that your pain must come from damaged tissues, then all it takes is one person with damaged tissue but no pain to disprove it. And as you'll see, that's been disproved with thousands of subjects. That's why the find the damage to see where the pain comes from idea doesn't really hold up scientifically. In almost every big joint in the body, we've studied it. And by we, I mean very smart researchers, not me at all. The researchers found that many people without pain have a lot of those same MRI findings that you think are causing your pain. Damaged tissues in the spine, knee, shoulder, and hip were found in the MRIs of subjects without any pain. I'm going to rattle off some data now. Just know all the studies here are basically saying the same thing. Subjects with no pain at all come up with a lot of different types of damage in their tissues on an MRI. All the references are below. Feel free to skip it and go to the next chapter, or you can enjoy all the data. In the lumbar spine, a large meta-analysis review of over 3,000 people with no back pain found that signs of degeneration and things like disc bulges, protrusions, and end plate changes showed up in almost 40% of 20-year-olds and over 90% of 80-year-olds. In the shoulder, structural abnormalities of pain-free subjects may range between 30 and 75%. In a study on elite volleyball players, all 26 healthy athletes with completely pain-free shoulders showed some MRI abnormalities in every scan, including rotator cuff tendinosis, rotator cuff tears, labral tears, and arthritis. For the knee, MRI reviews revealed cartilage defects, meniscal tears, and bone marrow changes in up to 40% of people who don't have knee pain. Even in the hip, studies find labral tears in roughly 2/3 of people who have no symptoms at all. There are rare times though when there is something really serious going on and where an MRI will really help treat your pain. There are certain red flags to look out for that will cue you in on whether you need an MRI. If you have any of these complaints, it may hint that you have either a serious fracture, an infection, a tumor, or some serious spinal cord or nerve issue that needs to be addressed right away. It's important to understand, these conditions are very rare. Even with someone complaining of these red flags, it doesn't mean the MRI will find something serious anyway. Here's what to look out for either way. So of course, if there's a history of serious trauma, like a car accident or a serious fall, you have to make sure there are no unstable broken bones in your body. That means bones that are moving when they are not supposed to be moving. That has to be stabilized right away, usually with a brace or a cast or maybe even a surgery. Other things to look out for are weight loss, fever, night sweats, a history of cancer, bowel or bladder changes, weakness or numbness in your saddle area, which is the area of your body you sit on, or a continuous progressive weakness when you're already receiving treatment. If you have any of these issues, you need to get examined by your doctor right away. Again, these are rare, but these are situations where an MRI might be needed to make sure it's not something serious. So if an MRI can't explain your pain, what does? There's obviously some kind of relationship between your tissues and pain. If you fall on your hip, your butt can bruise, you may be bleeding a bit, and you can probably guess you would feel something. But like we discussed, it's not that simple. Your nervous system is the main player when it comes to how you react to everything around you. The way your nervous system processes danger and safety is what essentially determines your pain experience. Everything else is important, but the way you experience the world and what's happening in and around your body is through your nervous system. That should be everyone's main focus when it comes to understanding pain. Pain is an interpretation by the brain of whether you're in danger or not. Pain is an output. It's a protective decision the brain makes after processing sensory, emotional, and contextual information. If the end decision is that there is an actual or potential threat to your body, it will make you feel pain, so you do something about it. It is there to protect you and hopefully protect you before you become damaged as well. So when you fall, your brain collects data from the nerves around those damaged, bruised tissues and processes that data along with how well you slept, your stress levels, your past experiences, your beliefs, and many other factors. That area becomes sore and sensitive. That helps you know to be careful of that area as it needs time to heal so you don't damage it more in its already weakened state. I'm sure there have been times in your life though when you noticed a bruise or a cut somewhere on yourself that you don't remember getting or didn't realize you had. That is still tissue damage. The nerves around those tissues definitely sent danger messages to your spinal cord, then to your brain. But your brain decided it wasn't a big deal and didn't make you experience pain. Maybe you had your share of tiny cuts and bumps that never led to anything serious. So your brain figured it was a similar situation that didn't really need your attention. This is similar to all those people who don't have any pain when they have tissue damage showing on their MRIs. Here's an important thing to understand though. Your nervous system, your pain system, it's built to protect you, not to measure damage. It has a tendency to err on the side of caution. That means it can become overprotective and you can feel pain even when there is no tissue damage, even when there is no trauma, because your brain collected all the data from all your nerves, processed it with how well you slept, your stress levels, your past experiences, context, beliefs, and other factors, and then your brain concluded you're in danger and you need to do something about it. This overprotective pain system is for the best. It's much better for it to be overprotective and give you false alarms about danger than it is to be underprotective and miss something dangerous, which could lead to serious damage or death. It's like an overprotective parent who is scared of everything in your life because they really don't want you to die. The good news about your nervous system though is that it's adaptable. It learns. You can teach it to be better prepared for the physical and emotional stresses that come your way. You can train it to be less reactive and more confident again with a gradual, progressive exposure to whatever it is you're reacting to. So after this video, I hope it's at least a little more clear why your MRI won't give you all the answers about your pain. And I hope it's a little more clear why your nervous system is really where your focus should be when it comes to treating your pain. If your MRI looks bad, don't panic. It's one piece of a complicated puzzle about your pain, and I hope I convince you it's a small piece.